Hello folks, I'm just here, let's pull back the camera a touch. Yeah, I got one more lump to do, so I thought right in the middle of the one I was doing, or I'm nearly finishing it actually, but I just got one more lump to do with my this batch of GP bowls that I'm in the process of throwing. So where are we? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I've got to put the stick in at the bottom here, clean the base, the foot, wet trim it, you know, wet trim. Learn yourself the technique of wet trimming. You'll need a decent throwing stick to do it, but it saves you such a lot of trouble afterwards because, you know, these GP bowls are not, they're not trimmed afterwards at all. Just thumbed off, cut him off, put him down over there. There he goes. Let's bring that camera a bit this way. I'm over on the other side, aren't I? I'm usually on the other side, but yeah, let's do it this way just because. Why? Because we can, can't we? Yeah, sometimes it helps just to get a different angle on things, doesn't it? Yeah, these are GP bowls. They're thrown 6.5 inches wide and 1 pound of clay. Yeah. Okay, last one. I know you've seen me do these 500 times before, but you know, it never hurts to see it again, does it? Breaking in. You see how I'm breaking in? I'm not just using one hand or one thumb, I'm using my index finger and my thumb together, you see. So it like spreads the load. You really need to look after your fingers, your hands, your wrists. I have a little bit of carpal tunnel actually. I'm just beginning to feel it, just in this last 6 months, would you believe? But so you just got to watch that, because you know you can strain yourself and then. So I'm opening up, and now what I'm going to do is, you see, is roll the rim before I take it wide. That's a good tip. Always get your height with any kind of bowl that you're making before you take it wide, because once you take it wide you can't get it up, you see. So get your height first and then you'll be able to, like what I'm doing now, widening it out to the gauge. Okay. The gauge, of course, gives me the width and the height both at the same time. Throwing stick now, hand on the inside opposite where the stick pushes, because I have to push, you see, with the stick here, but of course that then will change the nice shape I've got on the inside. So I've got to keep my fingers there right opposite the stick, you see. Take away that little bit of clay, wet trim it, Yeah, we've got to think of all kinds of ways to save time, haven't we? Isn't that so, my dear Watson? Yes, indeed. So now, leather, you see, you want a leather, and then the very last thing you want to do before you cut it off is just sponge it like that. Because if you sponge it and then leather, you may find that you get little droplets of water and stuff goes down. Take your wire, pull the wire between your fingers like that, slow your wheel speed right down and straight through. Clean your hands off here like that. You see? Now, to get a bowl off like this, you don't want to be trying to lift it like this. Too much contact area. You see, and you want to really attack it right down at the foot, right down here. You see? So if I do that, you see, I can see how easily I can get that off like that. Dee dee dee. And there it is. It's a little. I've been making a few GPs today. GP meaning general purpose. General purpose, yes. So the nice thing about throwing to a gauge is, you see, you can put your eyeball down next to what you've made, and you should see the height, you see, all the same. With these bowls, I do like to get the inside here a nice. So the inside of the bowl, you see, always begins right there in the center, doesn't it? So as you push the clay out from the center, you want to bear that in mind, and as you come up here. Dee, 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 dee. Yeah. So, and these have got rolled rims, you see. You want to learn how to do a rolled rim. It's actually very useful for the top of a bowl, a casserole, or anything like that. It adds strength, robustness, aesthetic, pleasing line, at least I think. Also, it helps keep the GP bowl round, you see. And that's an important consideration, that the bowls are kept round. I can remember when I used to work for my dad, David Leach, at the Lower Down